To begin, add salt. You need to add between 5 and 6 grams per litre. Wait until the salt is dissolved completely before starting up the chlorinator. Step 1. Plumbing, installing pipes and rings. Install the chlorinator without the cell in the pool's inlet pipe. Clean the pipe with a special cleaner and apply paste. Always do this with the cell outside to prevent it sticking to the glass. Installation is easier if you use detachable parts. Clean any glue remains to prevent leaks. Stick the pipes before assembling the parts, as this will prove easier, especially in the last stages of assembly. Once you finish sticking the pipes, press together the detachable parts. Always leave a space before and after the cell to allow for installation of the pH regulator. The pH probe goes before the cell and the acid injection goes after. Once it's dried, you can screw the cell. Screw all parts tight. Next, fix the probe rings and the acid injection of the pH regulator. As mentioned previously, one will go before and the other one after the chlorinator. As the parts are detachable, you can detach them to work more comfortably. Next, install the ring in a position that allows the probe to enter in a vertical position and at the bottom of a siphon. In this way, it will always be full of water. This is important, as if the probe dries, it will be damaged. Make a hole in the pipe. The diameter of the hole should be less than the seal. This ring will be for the measuring probe. We will install another one after the cell for acid injection. Here you can use an 18mm drill bit. Put the nuts in place and tighten the rings in the gap using the joints. Screw in as tightly as possible on both sides. It should be more or less the same on both sides. Repeat the process with the second ring. Install the corresponding fittings using Teflon to prevent leaks. Place the acid injector after the cell and the probe housing before it. There are two pipes. The stiffer opaque pipe will be used for the injection in case there are pressure problems. The softer pipe will be connected to the acid tank. Unscrew and remove the washer and place it in the pipe. Then place the pipe at the bottom of the cone. Screw it on tightly and join together the whole system. Next, insert the pH probe. Now remove the probe protector, which contains a liquid to prevent damage due to drying, as mentioned earlier. Place the probe in its fitting, taking care not to twist it or let it touch the bottom of the pipe, where it could be damaged. Screw on tightly to prevent leaks. The probe is connected to the chlorinator. The plumbing is now complete. Step 2. Installing appliances. To install the chlorinator and the regulator, we use loose brackets to facilitate the installation. Fix the brackets using a level, adjusting and marking to enable subsequent drilling with a size 6 bit. Fix the dowels and screws that come with the equipment. It's much easier to fix the chlorinator in hanging position. We do the same with the mount for the pH regulator. How to connect the acid pipes in the regulator. The pressure pipe is fitted into pump exit on the right hand side. Remove the sample tube and join it as tightly as possible to the connection, screwing it on firmly and ensuring that the tube is not loose. Keep the leftover tubing in case of replacement. Step 3. The acid deposit. The next step is installing the acid tank. You need to use pH- liquid to compensate the pH increases in the chlorinator. Make a hole in the tank and pass the tube through it. Place the filter to prevent residue from entering. Place the filter in the bottom of the tank, in vertical position. Place the pH pump at the other end of the tube. Place the pH tank somewhere with good ventilation and as far as possible from the electrical installation and the metallic parts. Always follow the manufacturer's pH instructions included in the product. Step 4. Electrical installation. Connect the pH regulator and the chlorinator to the same electric panel as the pump, but to different lines to prevent power surges from the pump. Connect the chlorinator and the pH regulator to the two available lines of the contactor. The chlorinator uses computer-type connections to facilitate unplugging. Keep the differential low when connecting to the panel to prevent electric shock. Cut any excess cable. In this way we can turn on everything at the same time, the engine and the chlorinator, while at the same time preventing power surges resulting from the engine when switching it off. The earth cables will be joined together and connect to the general earth to ensure the protection of personnel and equipment. The electrical part is now complete. Step 5. Calibration. To calibrate, go to the menu to point 6, pH settings. Then, in this menu, go to calibration pH 4. Take the pH 4 liquid and pour it into the probe. Wait until the calibration is stable. and then click on OK. Clean the probe head with water and dry it with a cloth to avoid contaminating the calibration product. Repeat this procedure for point 4, calibration pH 7. Take pH 7 liquid, pour it into the probe, which should give you an approximate reading of 7. Check the reading, 7. After these 2 steps, the probe is calibrated. You can now leave the menu. Turn off the engine and place the probe. You can also calibrate before the whole installation process using the memory. Once we have completed this step, the installation is over.